Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very spooky episode of The Dex, where we cover chilling trivia and terrifying battle strategy for a different Pokemon each week. I'm Hexmaniac Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz, but whoa, dude, you gotta pump the brakes. It's like, what, October 4th? This is way too early for you to go all creepy spooky.
But you said we were gonna do a scary Halloween month. I love Halloween, man. It took everything I had not to show up with a pair of plastic vampire teeth.
Okay, whatever. First of all, what I said was every episode in October is going to be creepy, strange, sometimes a little scary, and definitely way out there. Not like a whole month of like skeletons, black cats, and vampire teeth.
No black cats, huh?
Not on this show.
Well, what about blue and white?
Well, actually.
See, gotcha. It's trick or treat and you got tricked.
It's Meowstic.
Tricked, I tell you! I am the master of tricks. No treats for you.
Meowstic's the constraint Pokemon from Gen 6, so named because even though its power is so immense it can demolish a 10-ton truck, 11 from Stranger Things style, Meowstic also takes special care to keep that power in check.
Apparently, it releases its psychic powers through the eyeball patterns on the inside of its ears, so to make sure it stays in control, it keeps its ears folded down until it's ready to attack. This takes a huge amount of focus and often leads to Meowstic seeming pretty aloof and independent, but that can really work for a cat sometimes.
Also, like many Pokemon, Meowstic exhibits notable sexual dimorphism, a scientific term referring to the differences in appearance between males and females of the same species, like color, size, or shape. However, Meowstic also has the added bonus of different movesets, encouraging you to use each gender in a specialized way. Male Meowstic does support, while females are special attackers. Dope.
Meowstic is a depiction of the domestic cat variant of a Japanese yokai called the Nekomata, which are basically just really old mischievous cats that have two tails and love bewildering people. Also, they are usually shown walking upright, just like Meowstic here.
Meowstic's name is a portmanteau of the words meow and mystic. Aside from making it the cutest mascot of the best Pokemon Go team, the word mystic usually refers to possessing insight, knowledge, or power unknown to most, and possibly even communicating with that power, kind of like the Force. Pokemon are all Jedi. You okay, dude?
So what? Meowstic's basically just based off a cat? How's that spooky?
What? Were you even listening to me? Cats have always been the most mysterious, all through time.
Really, I'm more of a dog person.
Well, me too, but cats have always commanded a certain respect from humans, more than any other animal, and it's time we take a look at why in this week's ridiculous segment.
You do?
Yep, it's time for a little Pokemon, my dude.
Okay, well, I for one have no idea why cats do the things they do. Like, it almost seems like they're operating on some other sensory level sometimes, doesn't it? Like, they meet up at night and make plans or something. I just don't trust them.
You're not wrong. Ancient Egyptians revered them as sacred and treated them like family members. Colonial Americans thought they could predict the weather based on where cats laid in their houses. And there was even a report a few years back about some Russian flight controllers picking up a UFO that was broadcasting messages that sounded a lot like very intelligent meowing.
You know, maybe that just means those old Japanese folktales were onto something when they spoke of cats as magical. You can even see it, they say, in their eyes and the way their pupils change shape. Oh, but you know what? That actually reminds me. Do you find Meowstic's ear eyeball things to be as creepy as I do?
Definitely. And as it turns out, eyes are a very prevalent symbol for the concept of psychic power. I mean, just look at all the verbiage. Psychics use their third eye to glimpse into the future and have visions so they can have the foresight to know what might happen, and that makes them seers. Even when you just want to make sure someone knows that you understand, what do you say? I see.
Yeah, lots of eye-related words there, so it's no surprise that most cultural imagery involving mystical knowledge prominently features eyes. Take Lord Shiva of Hindu mythology, for example, who has the third or inner eye on his forehead that can actually see into spaces of higher consciousness. Or Argus from Greek mythology, who has 100 eyes, which earned him the name Argus Panoptis, or Argus, the all-seeing.
You know, maybe eyes have become so central to wisdom and knowledge because we humans depend on vision above all our other senses. It's so important that our other senses are less attuned, and if you take vision away, the other senses take a really long time to compensate. We feel naked without sight, man. It might even be the reason that somebody with pretty eyes is so attractive. Cool.
Whoa, dude, that's awesome!
Right? And speaking of pleasant eyes, I love Meowstic male's eyes. That minty teal color is so cute, and that red and gold of the female Meowstic looks so powerful.
Powerful, you say?
Yeah, man.
Well, let's find out just how powerful they are with some VGC 2016 Meowstic Battle Strats!
Oh yeah, dope. Pokemon!
It seems like in VGC 2016, you're either a god-tier legendary threat or some sort of clever support Pokemon. While special attacker Meowstic female is pretty much left in the dust, Meowstic male carves out a place for himself among this lot with a prankster ability and a few neat move options. Start with a bold one and super train in HP and special defense.
Prankster gives a priority effect for any non-attacking move, so decisive support moves like Safeguard and Swagger are Meowstic's bread and butter, and are great for throwing a wrench in your opponent's plans. However, none of this does any good if Smeargle puts you to sleep with Dark Void, so make sure that you come into battle holding a chest of wear.
Also, Fake Out and Pranksters are a fairly common aspect of meta this year, so run Quick Guard to give yourself a little insurance against other trainers with the same idea, and then hit back hard with a trusty Stab Psychic. Gets them every time.
And that's it. Of course, that's not the only way to train a Meowstic, so as always, here are a few random thoughts.
Meowstic Male is one of the few Pokemon that has access to Prankster Light Screen and Reflect, and theoretically, if you play smart enough, that could work to your advantage in a huge way. Just know it's not the safest play, and you'll do alright.
Another annoying move that becomes absolutely devastating with Prankster is Thunder Wave. Entire teams can be pulled apart with clever use of this move, but it's not for everyone, so stay smart.
Another cool Prankster synergy is with Roleplay. Priority Roleplay can literally shut down Groudon and Kyogre sometimes by resetting Rain or Sun when they don't expect it. But just remember that enemies catch wise to this real quick and have an alternate plan if need be.
And finally, for some teams, Priority Trick Room can be a huge boon, and Meowstic Male can set it up perfectly. Just make sure you're really taking stock of your opponent's speed before you do, or you're really just helping them beat you.
And that's it! Meowstic! I guess Occultober is off to a pretty great start.
Ugh, Occultober? Thought you used to work in advertising, man.
Ow.
Anyway, for more creepy videos, check out our special October Spookymon playlist. And if you'd rather listen to me, Jimmy, and Alex dish on the latest Pokemon news and fan mail for hours and hours, click here for our weekly Dex podcast. I'm PokeKellz.
And I'm Hex Maniacs Alex. Tune in next week for another wicked episode of
The Dex.